Washington fans, Washington Commanders defeated the Cleveland Browns with a final score of 34-13. What's good, bro?
Another dominant performance, a victory over the Browns, a former number one defense. It's exciting, man. Uptown Federal Northwest Stadium is back to it was 90% fans in there today. It was hype, it was lit, start to finish, great vibes, a lot of energy. It was a great day, man. It was a great day. Let's talk about it.
Man, absolutely dominating performance um, from top to bottom defensively. The first, just outstanding play calling by Joe Wood. He kind of got in there and adapted to what they were doing. They got a couple good runs off in the first part of the game. And then, like last week, the defense settled in and became the workhorse that we expected them to be in this game. Offensively, we started off a little bit slow, but we slowly pieced it together and we had adversity. So this was a great game for adversity, going up against a tougher opponent. As far as defensively, in the Cleveland Browns, they were ranked number one defense last year at the end of the year. But overall good performance, and we'll get into the details of that moving forward. But I just was happy with everything that I saw. Even though it wasn't like it was the last few weeks where it was just back to back exciting plays. It was just like you saw that growth and that learning curve that we were talking about in the beginning of the year for the rookie quarterback. And I think it was just a great day overall for us as a team and a great team win.
Absolutely, great team win, great complimentary football. When the offense came out, it was a little sluggish in the beginning. They was trying to find their way. And the defense came in and was making stops. It was getting pressure on Watson. Was getting back there, and it was just making it uncomfortable for him. Jayden threw that interception after the long bomb to Terry on a rollout play, and he threw an interception on the one. Defense came in and went 3 and out. They punted. We got the ball back like on the 30-yard line. We was able to put some points on the board. Just being able to kind of overcome, those things. Defense looking out for the offense. It's like, in the years past, that's something that we didn't really see here. The offense will go all out, and then the defense come right back on the field. And, get blown up, or if the offense really trying to keep us in the game, or if the offense do happen to make a mistake, the defense really wasn't there to, be there and support. And we've over these last few weeks, we've been seeing that complimentary support all across the board. And even with the special teams, we sat there and talked about today, like, guys are flying all over the field. This guy that we signed from Seattle, he's everywhere. And it's just even McNichols came in and got a smashing tackle today. So like punt team, kick return team, whatever it is, they're getting down there and they're getting these guys down. They're being aggressive and they're bringing energy, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's one thing I mentioned to you when we were sitting there watching the game. Like our special teams, they're getting downfield, they're making plays, and I believe his name is Bellalore, the linebacker that we signed, as you aforementioned. He was making play after play after play.
Correct.
Even McNichols made a big hit on the special teams.
Yeah.
And I think that our special teams coordinator, has it dialed up. I think offensively, in all three phases, offensively, defensively, and our special teams, they they're pushing all of the right buttons. But I just hope that we can continue this success moving forward. But it will be a great test for us next week against the Baltimore Ravens. And but just bask in this victory and just be happy, that we starting 4-1. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to lose track of that. Be happy in the success, because we haven't seen it since 2008, a team that went 4-1. And we know how that ended. That was a Jim Zorn team. I don't want to, bring up old stuff, but I got to let y'all guys know that was Jim Zorn's year. That last time we went 4-1.
6-2 and 2-6. Yeah, I remember that year.
So yeah, that's.
But definitely, like you said, and no one had expected us to be at this point. Not even us. when we sat down before the season and tried to draw up and kind of, oh yeah, man, we think we might can win 7 games, 8 games, and stuff like that. I mean, we're already at full. 5 weeks into it. What I mean? And
You
then
reached the
one
win
of the
capacity
things,
from last year.
correct. We already, yeah, we won 4 games total last year, and we're there in 5 weeks. So, when people see and talk about, man, y'all getting excited, y'all getting too hype. You know what? It's just like, man, we haven't been here. Let us bask in the excitement that we have. I don't think, many of us or the majority of the fans are going way overboard with any type of statements or anything like that or predictions. But yeah, man, I mean, you got to give respect. Respect is due. We're at the top of the division. And we've been holding it down. We beat some good teams. And we got a real test coming up, and we're gonna really see what we made of. But just today to focus in on today and give props where props are due. Mr. Jayden Daniels, 14 of 25, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, as mentioned before on the 1 yard line after that bomb to Terry. I think that was like a 65, 66 yard rollout pass, beautiful pass. He was sacked 3 times today, completion rate 85. No, that's not completion rate. But his QB rating was 75.6. But rushing is where we really made our due today. As a team, we was 34 carries, 215 yards rushing, 3 tutties. Mr. Jayden Daniels had 82 yards on 11 carries. B. Rob had 2 touchdowns today, and McNichols got in again. Got in the mix and got a touchdown today. Eckler had 67 yards, and he had a long key run that got us down there in scoring position early on as well. End up fumbling, but like Dan Quinn said, it just talks about the guys and how they have each other back. As the kids was right there to get on that recovery, and he downfield fighting with his guy, and he was able to have his back in that moment. So very exciting. Mr. De'Ami Brown got in the end zone today. You know what I
De'Ami
mean?
Brown. He told y'all. My man told y'all in the beginning of the year it was up
He
for him
said he
this
him.
year, and he finally
He
got in the
said he
end
him.
zone.
But yeah, like right before that play, I would say probably like 2 plays before that. I looked at
Called it.
L and I looked at Reedie. I said, man, we need to go up top to De'Ami right here. De'Ami on the fly. 2 plays later, right in the bucket. And I'm like, man, I wish I was able to place an anytime touchdown live bet in that moment. It would have been crazy. I'm sure you would have made a lot of money. But
Man,
yeah,
that was
man,
crazy.
De'Ami went up. They went up top. De'Ami, and then he did his thing. Shout out to De'Ami. A guy that gets a lot of criticism around here. But he came up big today. He doesn't get a lot of opportunities, a lot of targets, but he been standing the fight. So I will give him his props for that. And today he was rewarded. So it was great to see him get in the end zone. Mr. Terry McLaurin, 4 receptions, 112 yards, another game over 100 yards. Love seeing that for Terry. And yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful game, man. It was a beautiful game. How did you feel about the atmosphere and everything with your first game back this season? You was on IR week 1, week 2 with the first home game. How did it feel, bro?
Man, it felt good, man. I felt at home. I felt like I never left the place, you know what I'm saying? From the parking lot, everybody out in the parking lot tailgating, having a good time, hearing the good music, then the vibe just in the concourse, walking through the concourse. All you see was burgundy and gold through there. Like it wasn't like other years past where you walk in and it would be brown, and you very seldomly seen a burgundy and gold jersey. It was like it was back in full effect. Like we might be
Yeah,
back. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. Like the atmosphere was
yeah.
just electric in there
We
in
even
the
did
air.
the
It's like
wave
you just
today.
yeah, they brought the
We even did
wave
the
back.
wave. Yeah,
They said they haven't
we ain't
seen the
seen the
wave in I
wave
don't know
since
how long.
RG3. Man, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely was crazy. And just the caveat on your points that you made previously, Austin Eckler seems to be a guy that always seems to make a big play at the right time in a drive
Yes,
or in the
sir.
game to extend us or anything. You know what I mean? And he's
Yes,
kind of like
sir.
the jump starter, for this offense that kind of keeps
Hmm.
us going. And I like, just the play calling of Cliff Kingsbury today, it was like a well-oiled machine. Like, even though Brian Robson only had 7 carries, McNichols had 7 carries, and also Eckler had 6 carries. It wasn't many carries for our backs, but they were productive, carries in which they had it in key moments of the game. You know what I mean? Robinson had the
Correct.
2, red zone touchdowns within the 5-yard line. McNichols, he came in there, he gave you the touchdown, and all. Overall, like Terry McLaurin the last few weeks has been balling out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like it's like top tier superstar level, but this is what we need from Terry McLaurin. He had 8 targets, and the guy had what
4
did he
catches,
had?
112 yards.
He had 4 receptions on 8 targets,
Mm-hmm.
112 yards. That's outstanding. That's what we need from you, Terry. That's what a number 1 receiver does. Be productive, and then the supporting cast just came through and they just kept plugging away. Jayden Daniels would tell you he didn't play the best game, you know what I'm saying? But he had his rookie ups and downs, but that's to be expected.
Correct.
And I'm just glad that we were, able to put points on the board in key times and go up. I haven't seen around here in a long time where we take a quarterback out going into the fourth quarter.
Facts. I think it was like 12, 13 minutes left, and we like, oh, you got McMurray in already. I was definitely shocked to see it. It had me a little worried a little bit, but then once we looked and seen he was fine on the sideline, like, oh, okay, that's what they doing. So it was definitely like you said, not something that we've seen in quite a while. But one thing I did want to make sure I speak on real quick is Frankie Luvu. Man, this man was flying all over the field today. He's bringing the energy. He getting them hype before the game. 2-snap Ric Flair. Woo, he out here. Like, he doing this thing. And it looking like he was a great addition to this defense, bringing a lot of energy. He had 2.5 sacks today, 4 solo tackles, 7 in total, 2 tackles for loss. I mean, the man, 3 quarterback hits. The man was all over the field. And you even talked about it, too. You were saying that he had a moment where he was over Chopper Watson talking smack on. Didn't you say that you saw that?
No, I was talking
Reedie?
about on a strip sack fumble.
Okay.
On the strip sack fumble by Bobby Wagner had hit him and the ball popped to him. I didn't know when I rewatched it because we were trying to figure out what happened live, but then I just rewatched it a few minutes ago, and I thought it was like maybe an interception, like he threw it, but they kind of moved from it on the broadcast really quickly, so you really didn't get to actually see exactly what happened. But he was Johnny on the spot. He was all over the place, coming like the Joe Witt. This game plan that he had today was outstanding. Like we continued to be in a too high safety look. We didn't want to get beat deep, and they were begging Deshaun Watson just to beat us underneath. We're not going to expose these corners.
Correct.
We're going to give them help on both sides, and that's what we did today. Amari Cooper
held that
really
man
didn't do anything.
to 125 yards. He had 125 yards total, 15 completions. Like you just said, Cooper, 4 catches, 60 yards, and I think he got the bulk of that on like a 20-yard catch. Jordan Atkins, who had the touchdown, he was 3 for 22. Not really much. Judy only had 1 catch, and Njoku only had 1 catch. A lot of checkdowns. It's just, the defense was solid, man. The defense was solid today. They didn't get much options on that from that Browns offense. They wasn't able to do too much at all.
Yeah, basically
But
the
yeah,
bend but don't break type of style of defense the last 2 weeks. And I just feel like they're in the lab and they're learning from their mistakes week after week. It was like they even Greg Olsen said on the broadcast that it was, it wasn't basically up for this defense, and they turned it around. You got to give credit where credit's due. It may not have started the way we wanted it to start, but I think we're settling in it as a team. And Dan Quinn has this team humming along, and we're just, brick, but like we said in the beginning of the season, brick by brick, we're just going to, lay that foundation and just keep moving along. But, defensively, everybody was all over the field. Dorrance Armstrong, I heard Payne's name a lot of times mentioned. Even Jonathan Allen got it on the sack. So just overall good, and they covered on the back end. St. Jude was even he was even, not holding, not grabbing.
Yeah, man, they said St. Jude had a great game today. Dan Quinn shouted him out specifically. Shout out to St. Jude. So that was definitely big for him.
Yeah, I like the combination that they're going with at the cornerback position with Noah I and St. Jude and Mikey Sammerstill. I like that. I don't know what was going on with Forbes Jr., but a lot of the game today he wasn't in the game. So I don't know if he
Correct.
re-aggravated that injury or what's going on. I need to get in the weeds of that to really figure that out. But I like this, and I like our safeties. I like, Quan Martin and Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin had another solid game like he did last week. So like defensively, like these players are kind of like finding their way. You know what I mean? It started up front and it, rolled 7 sacks, man. That's crazy. Well, that's like the top teams in this league is putting up 7, 8 sacks in a game. And how many? I mean, I had it at the start of the fourth quarter. He had 27 dropbacks. It was 6 sacks at that moment with 8 knockdowns. That's outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. I'll take it any day.
For sure. So we got in the comments on IG. Gully say we like that. Let's see here. James says it's our defense can play like that consistently. It's a wrap. Somebody said, "Hey, Reedie, that defense stepped up." Defoe was definitely active today, back in the game. Got in on special teams, getting his feet wet. Some Ronnie says if we get a solid corner, edge rusher to complement what we have going on, that'll be nice. Breadwinner Gill, to be honest, today was the type of game I wanted to see in the beginning, just to see how we will react. Twan said defense getting way better. They said they popping their shit. Let's go, Commanders. If you peep before that touchdown, JD ran out of bounds and said something to Cliff before he went back on the field. Love being a fan of this team right now. Yeah, man, it's up for us, man. It's up for us. I mean, it's a great time to be a Commander fan. We done, been through some times, what I mean, and to be in a moment like this, it feels good, man. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. And to be honest, like we had this game. It's no point of even not even talk about it no more. Like we had this game circled on our calendars. One because it's a Beltway Classic. I can't recall the last time we was up in Baltimore in the regular season. You know what I mean? A little extension of a mini home game. Let's turn it into a mini home game. I know it's gonna be lit up there. They tried to flex the game, but they couldn't. CBS blocked it, but man, it's gonna be fire. 1:00 Sunday in Baltimore. Mr. Jayden Daniels against Mr. Lamar Jackson. I mean, they saying Jayden is Lamar like, and Jayden is getting best quarterback in the NFC, and Lamar's arguably the best quarterback in the AFC. It's a lot of headlines on this game coming up, man. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna be in the building, and it's just gonna be so much excitement. And you know what I mean? Like Reedie said, we like I always said, we're gonna take it week by week. We on to Baltimore. We not looking past that. But I know it's gonna be an exciting game, and I can't wait to Sunday for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait till Sunday. But Baltimore Ravens, let's not get it fucked up. They're not no slouch. They got numerous weapons.
Correct.
All over the place. From Zay Flowers to Isaiah Likely to Lamar. Then you
Derrick
still
Henry.
got Derrick. You got to worry about Derrick Henry. Y'all, they think our run game is solid. Like they've been looking really good the last few weeks. Even though it came down to everybody know what it came down to today in that Baltimore game. But we got to get in the lab and we just got to take them seriously. Like for me, this is our measuring stick game right here. We played good today against a good Browns defense, but it don't get no bigger than this. This is one of the upper echelon teams in this league. And if you come to play and you can play with these teams, we could play with anybody. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm almost over the board drinking the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell y'all like this. If we get Baltimore out of there, I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid because the sky's the limit for this team. And we thought this was a a rebuild year. So, why not us? After that point, we beat this Baltimore team coming next week. But like Z said before, it's 1 week at a time, and we got to take these guys serious. We got to have a good week of practice. Just come out and just scheme these guys up, and just play solid, because they got a solid defense over there. They got Kyle Hamilton. They got numerous guys over there that can actually get after the quarterback.
They got a top offense. Looking at it now, the offensive leaders right now in yardage, they're ranked number 1, 457. They average that a game, and we are ranked 5th at 392. We're tied in 4th with the Packers. So yeah, I mean, the Ravens definitely, they're number 1 in rushing. We're number 2. They average 211 rushing yards a game. We average 178. Yeah, Baltimore is going to be it could end up being an offensive shootout if both offenses can do their part in. But they got a solid defense too, so we'll see how that work out. But man, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. That's all I'm gonna be talking about all week.
Get your popcorn ready, like my man T.O. says, and it's gonna be a nail biter in that building. Now, stay on the edge of your seat. Don't get too high, don't get too low, because it's gonna be good. This is the type of football that I've been looking forward to for a long time, and I haven't seen since the RG3 days. But I actually think that this team is actually better than that team back in 2012, as it relates to everything, just as the offense, just moving the ball just across the board. So yeah, like, I don't know, what are your keys to victory Sunday?
Keys to victory Sunday, man. We're gonna have to play smart football. You know what I mean? The type of football we played when we beat the Bengals, when we beat Arizona, and the offense was coming out there not making mistakes, and we wasn't punting the ball. I'd like to see one of those type of games. Definitely you got to run the ball. In any game where you want to control the clock, and you want to be able to, get some points on the board, but also tire that defense out. And build from that. Terry has to be active. You got to get him involved. I would predict even Ertz. This defense is going to be stingy. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure that we connecting, and crossing our eyes, dotting our eyes and crossing our T's. Because like I said, this is a really good football team that we're going to see. And it's going to be lit. But other than that, as far as on the defensive side, we got to find a way to slow Henry down, I would say. And if Henry gets his, we can't let the Zay Flowers and crew kill us, because they're not they can't kill us in the pass and the run game. We're gonna have to stop one of them. And I think if we stop the pass game, I mean, even if they're running on us, we can be all right. But offensively, we just got to do our part and play smart, and Jayden beat Jayden. We should come out with a victory. What you thinking?
I'm thinking we just got to do the things that we've done the last 3 weeks. We got to come out and establish a run game. If we establish a run game, that also helps with the time of possession, and kind of like try to keep Lamar off the field. Because like I said before, they got the numerous weapons, and they can put up points. So we gotta do the same things that we've been doing to try to keep that ball control offense going. Cliff has to call a smart game. You got to want to hit our screen game. Hit our our traps and our dives and things of that nature. I just think we just need to dominate the time of possession in the run game and try to keep Lamar off the field offensively. And then we have the supporting cast. Terry can't do it by himself, so other people got to get open. Diami, today was a start to I'm hoping for a much improved, bigger season. Zacchaeus keep being Zacchaeus, Eckler keep being Eckler in the passing game, and also just get Luke McCaffrey involved. And Ertz, he didn't have the best game today. Based off of what I saw, he was a little frustrated, because he had a lot of drops. And just little things happening today, but so I'm expecting a big game from him offensively. and I think we'll hum along. But defensively, first and foremost, we just got to stop the run. Like you said, we can't allow if we're going, Lamar's going to get his regardless. So we just got to just play smart, sound defense, and we have to not allow Henry to get rolling in the open field, because if he gets rolling in the open field, that's it. He's going to stiff on somebody. He's running faster than what he actually looks, and he's going to be downfield. The next thing you know, we're going to be in terrible down and distance and things of that nature. So we had to stop that and just kind of like, help when we could help, and disguise, when we got to disguise, to try to confuse Lamar a little bit, but and get him off the spot and get him running, because he can make some mistakes when he's running, trying to throw the football. He's not the most accurate quarterback, but we all know what he can do with his legs. But that's how we got to try to like slow them down and just chip away, kind of almost how we did a few years ago when we played, I believe it was Pittsburgh, and we kind of like just dominated that time of possession when they were undefeated. And I think if we do something like that similar, that's a key to victory, getting out of there with the win in the battle of this beltway. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be raucous. All my Baltimore fans, they started calling today saying they ready to see us, this, that, and the third. I told them, we not doing no talking. We going week to week. We'll see y'all Sunday. We'll talk after the game. You know what I mean? It is
no
what it
talking.
is.
We ain't doing no talking. We got Monday. We got Victory Monday, and we got Tell the Truth Monday to to get through. Get a day off. Get film study. We're gonna look at the tape, make the proper adjustments, and we're gonna move forward. And we gonna move forward. We ain't got nothing to talk about. We'll see y'all on the 50-yard line on Sunday. Any Ravens fans jumping in the comments saying even shout out Jason, jumped in the comments. Coach Jason, he jumped in the comments. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be talking all that coming out the flock. Meet us there. That's all I got to say. Meet us there. Anybody want to talk trash? Meet us at the stadium. We gonna see y'all. Man, it's gonna be lit. But get back to the comments before we close out. Show our commenters some love. Breadwinner said if we hit Lamar, he said hit Lamar. If he run, make him pay for it. James said Luke was open a lot today. Mailhouse said we don't even have to win. If we compete, we can dance. Win or lose, as long as we compete, I'm confident in what we're doing. We can score, but I want to see how the defense hold up against some real dogs. That's true. Man, this shit should have been on a Monday night game. That's facts. That's real facts. So yeah, man, it's exciting. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
I believe it's our time, people. I believe it's our time. It's our time. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? Things is trending in the right direction. I disagree with the commenter talking about just being competitive. We here to win. Like somebody used to tell us back in the day, Coach Money, shout out Coach Money. I'm here to win. I'm not here to compete. I'm here to win. I want to beat them. Like, beat them. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I had a party because I moved to Baltimore. I no longer live in the DC area, but I moved to Baltimore because my wife is from Baltimore. I had a party at my house 4 years ago, the last time we played them, and we got embarrassed, and I had 50 to 100 people at my house for this party. I threw them a party in Baltimore. We're not doing that. All of those people are going to meet me at the stadium this year, and I'm expecting a victory. I'm expecting to win. So when we get on this podcast come Sunday night, after we get this victory, Reedie is going in. Bobby. The gloves are off, completely off after that. I'm just letting you know. But right now, I'm remaining humble, and we on the Baltimore. Like Bill Belichick said, one game at a time.
Pop your shit, Bobby. You need the little sound. Pop your shit. We out here.
Not for real.
Man. But yeah, man, it looks like that's it for the night, man. We gonna get some sleep. We gonna wake up. We're gonna tune into this team. And keep y'all updated what's going on through the week. But if you wanna make sure you following us on all platforms at Reedie and Z. Tap in with us. This is going up on the YouTube. It'll be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So you can go back and listen to the full episode if you missed it. Shout out to our sponsors, Great Clothing Line, KB3 Events, and Saray's Catering. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, we
But I
out.
got one thing real quick before we go. I just want to give a shout out to the Billionaire Boys, man. We going up against East Howard this coming Saturday, man. Y'all come out, man, to Troy Park.
Yes,
we going for
sir.
a four-peat. We going for a four-peat. We the last we won the championship the last 3 years. We haven't lost a game, and we're going up against East Howard Jaguars, which is Torrey Smith's team, that Baltimore Raven guy. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a competitive weekend for
Yes,
me with
sir.
these Ravens people. My son's team, I coach on the team. So yeah, shout out to the Billionaire Boys, man. We going for this four-peat. We gotta get these dudes out of there. Let's go.
No question. No question. Let's get it.